Okay, welcome back. This is part 4 of increase decrease using proportions. So basically what we're doing in these videos is we're trying to figure out how to figure out how much a number will increase with proportions. So for example, if you go to the store and it says that that in this case would be decrease. If you go into the store and it says that you're going to get 30% off, then the price is going to decrease by 30%, and you're going to figure out with a proportion how to what the price is going to be. And then the other example would be, this one, like what you're seeing right here. You're going to invest in a certain amount of certain investment. You're going to use a certain amount of money, and then you're going to ask yourself, if it increases a certain percentage, what will be your profit at the end of the time frame. In this case, it's a year. So we're going to use a proportion to figure out the increase of this problem. Okay, so let's read it. You decide to invest $3,000 in a 1-year certificate of deposit, all right, CD, that earns an annual percentage yield, an APY, of 2.4%. All right, then how much will your investment be worth in a year? Okay, so it's a good question. Let's look at the pertinent information here. The pertinent information is the 3,000. So that's your original investment. Okay, this is not really necessary information. All right, it's a 1-year certificate deposit. We don't really care. What we really care about is this right here, that during the time frame it's going to go up 2.4%. I guess we do kind of care about this if we were going to, if it was going to earn, if it's going to go up 2.4% every year, and then at the end it said here, how much will your investment be worth in a year? I mean in 2 years. Then basically you'd have to take that 2 years into account. So then instead of it going up only 2.4%, it would go up 2.4% twice. So then you'd have to take that into account. But we're just dealing with 1 year, a year, and so we are going to try to figure out what it equals after a year. So when we have a proportion, what we do is we have two fractions. All right, so we have something like this. We have this. We have an equal sign. Then we have this. Okay, and then we have an x somewhere around there, and then some other numbers. Okay, so let's see here. $3,000. That's the original investment. Well, I like to put the 3,000 on bottom, and then I like to put this x on top because we want to know how much it's going to equal in a year. And then 2.4%. Well, 2.4%, that's important. 2.4% means 2.4 over 100, which would be written like this: 2.4 over 100, like that. Okay. Now I put this 3,000 down because this is the original number, and we're going to be taking 100%. This is 100%. We're going to be taking 100% of the original number, and then we're going to be taking 2.4% of the original number, and we're going to be adding that onto the original number to get this number. Now I'll show you what I'm talking about. For example, so we have, let's see over here we had, let's use a different color. How about this one? There we go. Say we have 3,000 right here. All right, like so. Well, that represents 100% of the original number, right? We're dealing with 100% of the original number. All right, we're going to be plussing this by x. All right, it's going to be 3,000 plus x. Well, 3,000 plus x is going to give you, some number down here. Okay, it's going to be 3,000 plus x. All right, or Actually, better yet, it's going to be 3,000 plus a question mark. We don't know what that is. And it's going to give us this x right here. Yeah, that makes more sense. And this question mark is this percentage right here. We're going to be plusing the 3,000 by 2.4%. So we're going to be taking 100% of the 3,000 and we're going to be plusing it by 2.4% of the 3,000. And so this is going to equal 102.4%. All right. So actually what we need to write over here is something a little bit different. What we need to write over here instead of 2.4 is we need to erase that, like so. And what we need to write here is 102.4. Because this percent, what this percent means is that there's 100 underneath it. You're dividing by 100. That's one way of looking at this. When you have a percent here, a percent sign, it means that you're going to be dividing by 100. So that's what we did. We divided by 100. Now that we've gotten this far, all we need to do now is cross multiplication. Or we can do something different. We can times by 3,000 first. I think in this case I'm going to times by 3,000 first. So let's do that. So let's go ahead and do that. It's going to be 3,000 over here. It cancels that out, right? The x is being divided by 3,000, and when you multiply it by 3,000, you cancel out this operation. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. All right. So let's rewrite this. It's going to be x equals, let's see here, 3,000 times 102.4 over 100. Now why didn't I multiply them straight across? I haven't done that yet because I can do some reduction here. I can factor some things out so it makes my life easier. So, for example, I don't want to deal with this, but I want to deal with this right here. All right, so 3,000, all right. 100 can go into 3,000 because 3,000 is also 30 times 100. Now I can cancel that out, right? So 3,000 turned into 30 times 100. And I can cancel out these 200s. Now it's just 30 times this. Well, now it just turns into a multiplication problem. So let's do it. Let's use another color, shall we? So we have 102. Oh, no, I don't like that color. We have 102.4. We're going to multiply it by 30. Now we're going to multiply this 102 as if it was 1,024. But we're going to remember that there's a decimal at the end, and we're going to put that decimal into the result. So what is it? First off, 0 times all this is just 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? And then we add a 0 here, and then we times these. So I think we're going to need a little bit more room. So let's give ourselves just a titch more room. All right, so this is 3 times 4 is 12. Add a 1. 3 times 2 is 6. Add a 1 is 7. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. So what we have is 0, 2, 7, 0, 3. A little sloppy, but that's okay. Now, question at hand is, we got to remember this decimal, all right? I want to forget that. So there's this decimal over here. We usually don't use it, but it's there. So it means that we're going to go over 1. So in essence, this really just equals 3,072. So x equals 3,072. So the answer at hand then, because if we look at the question, all right, question said is, how much will your investment be worth in a year? Well, it's going to be worth this number right here, 3,000. So I can write this down again. Let's put it up here. X is going to be worth $3,072. That is what you're going to have. You're going to have $3,072. So your $30,000 turned into, after a year, $3,072. Not a substantial amount of money, but at least you're still earning some money. And you did invest, and you did receive some profit. You received a profit of $72. If you want to look at it that way, you invested $3,000. Now you have $3,072. So you made a profit of $72. You can keep it in the bank, and it can just keep increasing every year by this 2.4%. So that's it. We'll make one more video, and then we'll end the videos on proportions for right now.